Okay, first off, let me thank the CRP graduating class of 2020 for selecting me to send you off from ISU and on to the next phase of your lives. It's an honor, and I'm very grateful. Let me begin with a quotation. It's my go-to quotation, a passage from Walter Lippmann's book, Drift and Mastery, written in 1914. It reads, "The thinker who has a mortal fear of being wrong will give all that is valuable in himself or herself to that little ambition. A mistake matters far less than most of us imagine. The world is not brittle, but elastic." To me, the message is memorable in its simplicity, that in spite of our fears to the contrary, half-baked or poorly articulated ideas will not bring the world crashing down around us. My hope is that in your time here at ISU, you've experienced classrooms not unlike the world that Lippmann describes, places that have been elastic, not brittle, where conventional ideas and creeds have not been thoughtlessly confirmed, and where dissent has not been stifled. I hope this has been your experience, and I hope that you take the potential and possibility inherent in Lippmann's words and let it shape the world you'll soon embrace. So another school year comes to a close, and for you, the graduating class, a watershed moment has arrived. And it occurs to me, as it does every year at this time, that I've only had the pleasure to get to know a few of you. As you leave, I feel a pang of regret that I couldn't spend at least a bit of time with every one of you, at least a little, since once you leave ISU, you'll be on to more exciting things in college, and all of us here will necessarily begin to feel like a part of your past, and a small part at that. For those I did get to know, who traveled with me to Stockholm and to Edinburgh, to the historic U.S. Navy base outside of Chicago, and to Marktown, that odd island of a neighborhood in the industrial sea of Northwest Indiana, to those who visited Sioux City and Mason City, Dubuque and Perry, and tromped around Ames with me, and for those I simply knew in class over the years, you have made my job worthwhile, a delight. I have no doubt that my colleagues in CRP, in the College of Design, and across the university feel much the same way. In closing, let me say two things. First, I have every expectation that at least one of you will take all these videos and create a mashup for deployment on the web. I only ask that you auto-tune my segment and digitally deepfake in a respectable head of hair. I recommend using Professor Daniel Kuhlman's. And finally, let me leave you with one last quotation, this from a planner of some renown. Patrick Geddes was a self-trained town planner who worked extensively in his native Scotland, as well as in India, during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He's credited with the expression, "think global, act local." On the lintel above his workshop door in Edinburgh's Old Town is a carving in Latin, "Vivendo discimus," by living we learn. Living is indeed a potent form of learning, the most potent form of learning. And so with this in mind, off you go, don't dawdle and delay. The faculty and staff of CRP wish you all the very best.